You're not in the business for recognition at all. You're in the business to get something, move your community forward, make it a better place to live, clean air, which we dealt with, clean water, buses, upgrading the buses so that we could have, cleaner buses. All of these are our projects, my projects from the North River Community Environmental Review Board. I was working social worker. I was working training paraprofessionals when I first came here in New York, and that was in East Harlem. And after that, I became director of, if you can recall, the poverty programs. Okay, the only one in the Bronx, and there was 17 delegate agencies and 7 or 8 in-house components, including a manpower program. And I became the director after having served as the assistant director. And when Mayor Koch closed them down, I was jobless for a while, and so I got back into my community activism and hanging out around Community Board 9 and in churches and looking at youth. What happened is that we have a law now that we didn't have before, because the waters, rivers, were being contaminated because all of the everything was going into the rivers without being treated, and the water was really being contaminated, and the fish, we were losing our fish. This plant was supposed to go at 91st Street. Well, you know what's over at 91st Street, and no mayor is going to have his family living in Gracie Mansion with a sewage treatment plant in the backyard. You can put it uptown in that community's neighborhood, and there's nothing they can do about it, since we didn't know what they were talking about and what they were planning. Well, there's nothing we can do about it, so they planned it, and then they began to clean up out there, and they digging and didn't tell us what they were doing, and they built the platform and left it there. David Dinkins, Governor Rockefeller, and this female district leader here in the building, they sat down with the governor, and he offered and planned with assurance that they would give us this Olympic Park. What happened is they took the whole park after they had begun to build that sewage treatment plant, and it was really underway, and they had come in here with a bus and had taken some of our citizens around to look at other sewage treatment plants, to show them they had cut them off and perfumed them up, to show them nothing was happening. It was a guarantee that there would not be, that's what the park was, guarantee that there would not be any odor emanating from that plant. And what happened is, while they had promised that, all of a sudden we lose the park. That was not right. That was a promise that was made from the highest level. And the feds came in and gave us money. The money was there. It wasn't the money. It was people downtown who had run them out of their communities. They did not want to see a park like that in Harlem. It's all right for us to have the sewage, but not the park, and certainly not Olympic. 4th of July, 1986. At the sewage treatment plant, they had this big blowout over there. Yes, indeed, they really did, and it stank up the place so badly, worse than it already was. My husband said to me that, I've got to go to work every day, and you are not working. They took your job. You've got to do something about this. And that's how I got involved. I said, I don't know why you think I can do something. He says, you're going to do something about this. my kids are not coming home and get sick from this plant. And so I began to go down to the Muni building and find out who HPD is. And I went in there, and they had a few people working there, some in the Muni building downtown. And they didn't want to talk to me, and I insist. Well, having worked in the community over the years, I could care less, and when they wouldn't talk to me, that really was my game then. I wrote a proposal to set up the North River Community Environmental Review Board. That's how it came about. We needed a program and an agency and a committee, and it had to have a name. You know, we began holding meetings every night. Even as time moved forward, it began to snow, and we were holding meetings in the snow. It was snowing, and we were still holding meetings. And we had standing room only. I had come with prior knowledge of how to involve community and how to move forward with doing necessary research. Most importantly, when I began this work, DEC found out about what I was doing. I never heard of them. US-EPA, I thought, was somebody in heaven someplace. They were minding their business and figured everybody else should be minding theirs. They called me, and I got all of them in these meetings. All of them. They came. Number one, getting that plant so that we did not functioning on a level that we did not have to evacuate, move out of our communities, because we would never have gotten back in here. Number two, that the city did not get away with taking that park away from us, because it was promised to us. If you are going to survive in a community, first of all, you should understand that your legislators, you should know who they are, and they should know you.